Hi, RD Barry here. Welcome to episode 45 in my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII. Okay, well, I have been operating under a kind of serious misconception this whole time. And one clue for that, if I go under licenses, under Black Mage... let me see here. Yeah. If I look at the Black Magic licenses, I've got Fire, Thunder, fine. I've got Blizzard, but I do not have Blind. Where the heck is Blind? Because I've been going to all the shops, updating getting all the spells that are available. Same with Silence. Where is Silence? And it turns out those do not appear in shops, at least not at this part of the game. And there turns out to be a whole bunch of spells and techniques that fall into that category. I think there's also some accessories that fall under that category. I think the Firefly might be one of them. And the thing is, those they don't appear in shops, but they do appear in chests. So if you happen to miss that chest, then you're kind of not gonna get that spell unless you go back and look for it. And so I've been trying to when I did the Osmo Plane, I tried to be very thorough about the chests and making sure I got all of them, but it turns out I have not been doing that throughout the entire game. So there have been a couple that I have missed, including the ones containing Blind, the ones containing Silence. I think there's also a Technic that I missed, one that I'm not really that concerned about, but still it would be nice to have it if it's like free. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about that now because I've got Larsa with me here, and so I'm not gonna do any backtracking at the moment. But I assume that blind is kind of a basic spell that I have been kind of and the thing is, with the PS2 version, at least the way I remember it, that wasn't a thing. If you didn't get all the chests and there was something in a chest that other than like an item or just money, then it didn't matter if you missed it, because like in the next chapter it would show up in shops anyway. So at worst you'd be losing out on that spell or whatever for like one or two chapters. But it looks like, I mean, Blind was available like when before Vaan left for to infiltrate the palace. So that was like chapter 1. So yeah, I'm like way behind on that. Anyway, so I'll make an effort to make sure that I get all the available chests in the future. I'll double check against guides to make sure that there weren't any that I missed. I know where those spells are, both from various guides and from my alternate playthroughs, so I know where to look for them, but I'm not going to go get them now. So it's basically, and it kind of supports my or unless I. One of the things I'm trying to do with this playthrough is show that you do not have to play perfectly to win. Blind may be an important spell, but it's not like life or death. Anyway, so let's get on with the story here. We're accompanying Larsa to Mount Bur-Omises, which is in this direction, the Golmore Jungle. And apparently this guy says there's a barrier somewhere in the middle, which raises a few questions. But anyway, we'll just have to see what that's all about. We're going to just forge on ahead anyway and hope for the best. Anyway, I've got my party. It's not really optimized. It's just sort of randomly selected as usual. I only optimize it for bosses. But in the gambits and equipment, I'll figure that out. I don't think there are any flying enemies in Golmore Jungle, but we'll have to see on that. Anyway, everybody at the moment has ranged weapons, so maybe we'll fix that. Anyway, let's continue on ahead. That is the wrong direction. Yeah. Okay. Wow. By the way, so far we've only seen like desert areas really in the game, and since we're a fairly good chunk of the way through by now, you may have gotten the impression that that's all there was, but no, there are heavily forested areas as well. This is more of a jungle. There's more regular forests and that kind of thing as well. So yeah. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Panther, and those are weak to ice. I'm gonna make sure. Well, I don't think I have anybody who has an ice spell. I think I've got an ice-based pole, or I've got a pole which is ice-based. Let me check here. Serpent Rod. And that's currently being used by Pinello, but she isn't in the party right now, so anyway, and we'll have to see what kind of spells these guys do anyway. One thing is their, let's see, what's their level? 22. Yeah, that's, I guess, doable. I don't know if there's any way to, single them out, so we'll just have to see what just have to forge ahead and see what happens. Larsa's doing Cura, which is not a good sign, but we're not dying, at least. Okay. Oops, let's get this guy. Okay. Right, and for what I remember, the general direction we want to go is east, but let's just explore more thoroughly than that and start by going south here. Wow. Okay. So we've got a new enemy up there, but we want to stay clear of that because that is level 39, about 10 levels higher than we are. So let us not tangle with that guy. Let's try going this way instead. Oh, but this is another new enemy, Marlborough. And if I remember correctly, these guys are tricky because they do breath spells, which basically do area of effect status effects on everybody in the party. I'm going to turn off my... I'm just going to do my regular attacks and try to stay out of range of that with most of the people. I'm going to make Bosch party leader because he's got the only... he doesn't have a ranged weapon. Let's see how that works. I'm going to have to set up Gambit. Once I figure out what kind of effects these guys do. Let's see if we can wait till these guys kind of separate themselves out a little bit. Wow, there's 3 of them. And they are not separating themselves out. Oh well. Well, okay. Cloying breath. Okay, slow sleep. Right. Who's got the most free spaces in there? Gambit's here. Vaan has a lot. Let's do ally any. And Kronos. Kronos tier. I don't know if it's meant to be Kronos tier or Kronos tear. Seems ambiguous, but whatever. What the heck is that? There it is. Okay. Alright, we've got another slow, wow. Vaan? Let's have you do a, Prince's Kiss, Gambit also in there. All right. Oh, looks like we've got a map urn. That should help a bit. So I think the upshot is if you can go in this area, you can start heading to the south, but you're going to run into a lot tougher enemies. So we want to keep along the northern edge of this region here. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So I think we're okay on the southern path here, but if we try to go through like the we'll have to figure out where the borders are, but yeah, that's we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. See what areas are safe to go in and which aren't. If I see those wolf things, I'll know that that's not the way to go. I think this is the way we came. Let's check this area here for chests. Yeah, I think we're set on that. Oh. Oh! Guilt measure. Okay, that's one that I haven't seen in stores yet, and I was wondering what that does. And I think those are only used by machinists. And let's see, who is, let's see. Yeah, Vaan is our machinist. So what we can do with those, we've got that, and I don't even know specifically what it does. Let's try equipping it though. So far, Vaan has daggers, guns, and these measures. So it does one hit protect, and it has very low attack power. So basically, I guess the idea is it also has a very high evade. And we can actually wear a shield with it too here, so that's good. So we have to adjust our gambits here so Vaan no longer attacks enemies, but instead he attacks our party leader. Somehow. I don't want him to keep attacking. That's gonna take some fiddling with it, see if that's actually gonna work. Let's limit that to ally asleep for the moment, just like Penelo's healing rod. Okay, I think that's kind of redundant, but this is just an experiment. Anyway, I think that's only going to make a difference if we run into more of these Marlboros. So let's keep going. Alright, I think that does it for this area. We'll head on to the next. Alright, what the heck is that up there? It looks dangerous. But I don't think it is. Okay, what does that say? Blocked path. Alright. Alright, so it's not dangerous, it's just a obstruction. Wow. Okay, that blaster was interesting. Bosch is blind, so and I think the decoy is nice, but I think we're gonna have to give up on it because Pinello's using too much MP here. Okay, so we've got a couple of chests along the edges here we need to watch out for, but other than that, okay, cutscene.
What is it?
The jungle denies us our passage.
Uh-oh.
What have we done?
We? No. I.
Okay.
What's that mean? How are we supposed to get through that?
Making an appearance?
Come on, I'm talking over here.
I thought you'd left for good.
Hey!
Our choices are few.
Yeah.
Friend? Althir!
This is as much for you as it is me.
Oh?
You are ill at ease. The Nethersite troubles you. You've let your eyes betray your heart.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
She's casting a spell.
Soon you will learn.
Wow.
Whoa.
We go to seek aid of the Viera who dwell ahead.
I bet they'll be glad to see you after so long.
Yeah. Won't they?
I am unwelcome, an unsought guest in their wood.
Okay, before going there, let's deal with this tree ant guy. Oh, it is neutral. Interesting. Let me see. I think it's probably handleable. Let me swap out Bosch since he's already level 21 here. Oh. It's about to do a tri-attack, which are nasty, but we managed to avoid that. So basically, a lot of Final Fantasy games have tree ants of various configurations. And I gather that they're really meant to be ents, but the Tolkien estate has a trademark on that, so they cannot actually use that name, so they came up with tree ant, which is close enough to know so that everybody knows what is meant without actually violating the intellectual property rules.
In the village ahead, you will find her, Nyearn. Bring her to me. She will know why you call her.
Oh. Now these two Mugals were in the ship where we were rescuing Penelo and Ash, and they may or may not have new goods to buy. I will cover that, or I will figure that out off screen, and in the meantime, I will, let's see. We do not have a map of this, but let's end the episode here, and I will try to find a map, all that kind of good stuff. Does this guy have a... Yeah. Yes, a map. Okay. What do you know? Right. Anyway, so we will go through and explore the rest of this village next time. Hope you'll join me for that, and until then, bye.